Oh man, you already know what it is, man. It's the one and only, the Big 7 Up live and direct, man. I pray everybody having a great day today. Today, man, it's episode 4. Today we're gonna be talking about dealing with parole. So anybody who is out there watching, bro, and they just came home from doing time in prison and you might be on parole, watch this video, bro. It's gonna be real insightful for y'all, man. You know what I'm saying? Because when I came home, I had to do 7 years on parole. But thank God I didn't have to do the whole 7 years on parole. I was let off early because of my good behavior. You feel me? But we're gonna get into all of that though. So yeah, so when I came home, they had put me on parole for 7 years. You feel me? So basically what that's saying for y'all who never been on parole before, after I had did my 13-year sentence, I was placed on 7 years parole. So technically I'm still not free. I'm still on the confinements of the Ohio, you know what I'm saying, prison system for real, technically. Because every month I have to still check in with a parole officer and let them know what I'm doing, make sure I haven't been in any trouble, I haven't had any police contact, and that I'm maintaining a job. So, and they want to know that, you know what I'm saying, every month. And some people even have drug tests. Luckily, because I was diagnosed with PTSD from serving my 13-year sentence at an early age, I was able to get my marijuana card when I first came home. Thank God. So I didn't have to get piss tests because of my mental illness. You know what I'm saying? So that didn't apply to me, but everything else did. And when I first came home, I had a woman, and look at this. I don't believe in coincidences. I really don't. I believe everything happens for a reason, and I believe every body that you come in contact is for a reason, even if it's just for a season. So why was my parole officer, why did she have the same last name as me? What? What? Like, seriously, like, I can't make this up. So yeah, so that was kind of like crazy, you know what I'm saying? But it made me feel like everything was right on course with, you know, how my life always goes. So I wasn't that much surprised about it. If I did mess up on parole, get in any trouble, just for an example, then I would have to go back to prison for up to 7 years if I did anything wrong. I could go to prison, back to prison, for up to 7 years. Think about that for a second. After doing my 13 years. So, of course, when I came home, I was super excited about being home, as anybody would be. I had been locked up since I was 15 years old. I was super excited. I ain't had no chill, and I'm just trying to do the most. Not really taking my time. And I'm allowing anybody to come and get me. I'm going almost anywhere, and being on parole, you can't even leave the state of Ohio, or that's a crime. So not even 30 days, bruh. Like, I'm not even home 30 days, and I go to this bar with my brother. He takes me to this bar, and I'm not knowing the specifics of the place we're going. Really, I'm not even asking a lot of questions. You know what I'm saying? I'm just assuming that my brother would have me in a safe environment, in a cool environment where it wouldn't be hot, because he knows that I just came home from prison. So I just went with the flow. Now, going with the flow led me to Kentucky, which I wasn't supposed to be because I was on parole, and I'm not allowed to leave the state of Ohio. But, not trying to sound like a bitch ass nigga, not trying to sound like a lame, you know, I don't complain. We there now. It's kind of too late to complain. You know, we gonna be in and out, I'm thinking. We had been to a couple little places in the city before this, and we never had any issues. So I'm thinking, why would we have any issues tonight? You know, when we get inside the bar, my brother is with a couple guys inside the bar. And the guys that he with, they in organizations, in street organizations. And it's other people in the club that are in opposite organizations than the guys that my brother's with. So now it's kind of like a tension between these two organizations in the bar. And they real hyped up, and it's liquor involved. So you already know how they coming. One thing leads to another, and before I know it, it's a full fight that done broke out between these two organizations in this club. Now, I didn't come with none of these guys. I came with my brother. My brother is real close, and once I seen all the action going on, I tried to grab him so we could get up out of there. But because these was his guys, these been his guys since I was gone. While I was gone, he been hanging with these guys on the street. I can't tell him not to help these guys. You know what I'm saying? Because these his guys that he been building relationships with since I've been gone. And he been out here in the streets really surviving with these guys. So of course when the fight breaks out, he rushes over there to help his guys. Now the last thing I'm trying to do is get into an altercation with anybody. But now that my brother's involved in it, I feel obligated to. Even though, me personally, if I was my brother, I would have stood that one out. These is grown men. They're very capable of handling themselves, and nobody died that night. I would have left it at that. My brother just came home from prison. We're not gonna put him in any situation that could lead him back to going to prison. But hey, that's not how that night went. My brother rushes over there. I rush over there to help my brother. We get into a full-fledged fight that leads outside of the bar. Now, when I get outside of the bar, I see my brother getting hemmed up on a car. After I get done scraping somebody, I rush over there to help my brother. Now, I grab the guy that has my brother on a car. He's in all black. When I grab him, you gotta think I just came home from prison. I'm very big and very strong. I grab dude and I lift him up and I'm about to slam dunk him on the ground. Now when I grab him and I pick him up, I got him in the air and I feel a bulletproof vest on his chest as I'm grabbing him. I'm not that drunk, y'all. I know if this man has a bulletproof vest on, he's the cops. I placed him down as gently as I could, and I tried to run as fast as I could after my brother done got away. As soon as I get 10 feet away, I feel 100 tasers hitting my back. Luckily, that's all it was some tasers, y'all. And I can laugh about it now. But boy, was that a hell of a situation that night. Because I haven't even been home 30 days after doing 13 years, bruh. Oh my God. my life. So, after the tasers, of course I dropped instantly and filed like a pile of rocks. Cause I mean, it was crazy. They come, grab me up, put me in cuffs, put me in the back of the police car. At that point, I mean, there's really nothing that I can say. You know what I'm saying? I go downtown to they love Justice Center. I get booked in for the night. Luckily, the cop didn't charge me with assault on him. And all they hit me was just, disorderly conduct, fighting outside the bar type of situation. They let me out the next morning. Of course, wifey has to come and get me the next morning because my brother, the one that I saved and helped get away, is not there. She's there. And of course now I have to tell my parole officer that I got arrested, which is an unbearable feeling. An unbearable feeling after you just served 13 years in prison. And in the back of your mind, you could potentially be going back for 7 years. But this is my life. And this is, and I mean, I'm the only one that is gonna affect at the end of the day. So I called my PO, my parole officer, and I let her know that, I had a police incident. I had to go and meet her the next day. And all I'm thinking is, I'm going back. It's the shittiest feeling ever. But luckily, Allah was on my side, just like He always has been my whole life. And luckily, He chose not to send me back to prison. He chose to, and I say He chose, not the parole officer, because I know that God is in control. I know that He worked through that woman. If it was up to her, she would have sent me straight back. No mercy. But I understand that it's bigger than her. And it's bigger than me. So, God chose not to send me back to prison. Instead, He told her to place me on house arrest for 6 months. And that house arrest saved my life. How funny is that? Now, so, now, I'm out on parole. I haven't been home 30 days yet, and I already caught another case. I had to check in and let my parole officer know that I caught this case, and instead of sending me back to prison for 7 years, she places me on house arrest for 6 months. Now, within the 6 months, I can still go to work and come back home. So that's what I did. I went to work and I came back home for 6 months. And I worked 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 and I learned, I did research, and I sat back and I just played the house and really just used that time to adjust and see things for kind of what they were. Because a lot had been changed. A lot had changed while I was away. And I kind of jumped straight into things a little too fast, back into society. I didn't give myself the proper time to easily come into this. You know what I'm saying? And when you coming home from doing a long time in prison like I did, you have to give yourself some grace, a grace period to, transition. you don't want to just give your all to, back to the streets, give your all back to society, give your all back to your family, give your all back to one person, because ultimately all it's gonna do is hurt you. You have to take each day that goes bad when you come home as an opportunity to heal. You have to use each day that goes bad when you come home as an opportunity to grow and figure out, what it is out here that is really going on, because you're not in prison no more. And I had to realize that things are totally different out here than in prison. It's like, yeah, it's not like you were dead or anything, but it's like you were in a different world. Like you was in a different place, a different world, with different rules that don't apply out here. Nothing in prison applies out here, and nothing out here applies in prison. So you have to understand the tool and be able to adjust, because if you don't learn how to adjust, then you'll never prosper out here in the real world. You'll continue to be a victim, or you'll continue to be somebody who just lets life just walk over them. And I'm not that person, and I know you're not that person. I don't want you to be that person. So I want you to take everything I'm saying, take heed to it. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And make sure that you really take the time to not only appreciate life, but give yourself more. Because you deserve more for yourself. You deserve more out of life. You deserve more. So I want to see you accomplishing new things. I want to see you growing. I want to see you building this year. Make sure you stay tapped in, because we ain't giving up. This is only the beginning, y'all. Feel me? 7 up till we have enough.